Ghost of Machiavelli book, chapter 30, prison ship space trip. I'm sneaking up on a guarded cave. There's a soldier with an automatic weapon. I don't feel any danger, so I continue to try and gain access into this hovel. At the very moment, I begin my advance and initiate dialogue with the guard. A tank pulls up and forces the guard's hand, and he or she can't remember, surrenders, and becomes a part of the ongoing brigade. Then they see me, and how I am also forced. Now I'm also forced to join the assault team. I remember, and this is funny to me, but I wasn't a coward in doing this. I more just felt the hell with it, all y'all. I don't even know what's going on. So I look to hide, and once in the tunnel of the cave behind some flags, I realize hiding is futile. So pretty much my fight or flight kicked in, and I immediately went to fight beast mode. I kind of wish you can see fight mode. Instead of me having to try and explain and write in detail, but it was something like this, haha. And running full speed forward with a completely fuck it attack, anything oncoming. After that, I can't remember if I won or what the hell went down, but next thing I know, the cave turns into a secluded mini bar slash casino with the bar in the corner, and that's where I head when right on the table I see a line of Coke or Crystal. So naturally it grabs my attention, and I look around for a signal of ownership of the shit or dope. No one seems to mind, and I just had the feeling of approval, like it didn't matter. So I began to stake my claim and was going to partake of it when at that moment a friggin' dog bites me. A friggin' greyhound of all dogs. One of those race dogs that chase the mechanical bunnies across the track. I bet once on those bastards and got tipped. My dog placed second. Little fucker. LOL. So yeah, this dog wouldn't let me go. And the guy comes up, and I think, I can't be sure, but must have been the dog's owner. And our words must have gone wrong, because next thing I know, my ass is trying to barter for a gun with what I had, which wasn't much. I could have been a shirt off my back or cigarettes. My memory is fuzzy on the detail. But the point is, what's up, brother? But the point is, I ended up with a knife. And then for some reason, maybe it was because he had a gun, but I was on the run and hastily walking through the halls of the cave. And like Scooby-Doo, there were doors on either side. So I entered one of the left. It was a normal looking door, nothing fancy, just a mattress on the floor, an older, smaller television, which I didn't know whose room it was. But I liked the setup and thought it must be someone special due to the adjacency to the bar and small poker room. Maybe security or one of the personnel. And honestly, I wished it was my room and wanted to stay. I knew the man with whom the ongoing confrontation I was having would belong shortly. And sure enough, the door to the room started to open. The funny thing was, I was more opposed to the thought of the person on the other side of the door to be the owner and a tenant of the room. I wasn't, and next thing I remember was being in the bathroom with my attacker and I on a secluded battle to the death, which with him winning and grinning at me as my own knife was inches from piercing my throat. Again, I felt no peaceful resolve to the situation, so reluctantly I turned the cards and dug the blade directly into his throat and slit it wide open to ensure maximum damage. And the next part I'm not proud of to admit, but for some reason was not wearing a shirt, and I sold it for the knife. So I must have been for that I traded. The wound I inflicted on him was quite severe, and the blood poured out like a waterfall all over my bare chest. And I'm not saying this, but for any other reason, though that is the truth. But as the blood drenched me, I enjoyed the feeling of it and the warmth as it made contact. I must have evacuated the scene very promptly with haste, because before I could even think, I was at an entrance / exit confronting the Belvedere, fully aware and conscious of the fact that I was covered in an inordinate amount of fresh red blood. The idea occurred to me to pretend to be drunk and partying with excitement, wooing and parading about, stating that I was having a ball and had just won a costume contest, as simultaneously and nonchalantly lighting up a cigarette, making the notion as to why I was headed outside, continuing my act as a common drunk partier, which I played well. Once outside, I hurriedly make it to a water fountain and clean up as much as I can without causing a suspicion or rise in curiosity from any passerbys, which to my luck there was one. But he seemed like a friend, and with a hesitation I asked to borrow or have one of his red shirts, which he clearly had more as he was dressed in layers. Not questioning or getting aroused by detail, handed me over the shirt, and I casually grabbed it from him, put it on, and kept about my business. A pretty dramatic night, to say the least. That is just one, I don't want to say simulations, but what to expect when visiting these new exhibits on our off-world compounds and facilities. There's no real danger. Well, let me take back that, because I have died before when I didn't play the game right, rest in peace Ghost, but was reanimated somehow. And when that happens, it is like not knowing where you are as you jump up quickly and with a panicked feeling survey your surroundings until, in my case, you recognize where you're at, and with untold energy examine, and for me at least, make the situation right and enjoy a 40 ounce of beer and contemplate what happened and try to learn and cope with it so it doesn't happen again. It can change a man or not. End of chapter 30, Ghost of Machiavelli book. Hope this shit, man,